Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. And this time, this is an impromptu episode. I went out a while ago and got a baker's dozen of reached into a box and got at random and got a fistful of superhero comics, covering decades on some of them here. So from various publishers. And I thought I would share them with you. And we're starting off here with The Human Torch number 7. And this was published in 1974. Of course, it's from Marvel Comics. From 1974. But is reprinting material from Strange Tales number 107. And the interior art by script is by Larry Lieber, and the art pencils anyway are by Dick Ayers. It was kind of surprising because it doesn't really look like Dick Ayers. It looks more like some of the early Kirby. I mean, you can see the Dick Ayers when you look into it, but by and large, and of course this is kind of because it's a Human Torch versus the Submariner, and this harkens back to the a classic long storyline from the Golden Age, with the original Human Torch and Submariner went at it, creating a lot of havoc in their storyline. And this is a great cover illustration. I think it's by Sal Buscema. It's not signed, and I can't be sure. Whoever did the inks, it did a good job. All over did a good job, but I can't be positive that it's Sal Buscema. But that's just what I think. And then in the background has a backup story that is a reprinting of the Golden Age original Human Torch story. So and that's a lot of fun. And this is, of course, that's from Strange Tales, when there was they were doing solo Torch stories. Then we go here. We actually take a step back to 1960. Challengers of the Unknown number 14. This is from 1960, and no, back then DC Comics didn't do credit. This is a very rough shape, and didn't do credits. The Man Who Conquered the Challengers of the Unknown. And but I'm betting it's probably Gardner Fox probably wrote it, and I believe this is Ross Andrew, I think, doing the art, but I'm not positive. But it sure looks like early Ross Andrew. So, and that's Captives of the Alien Beasts, and that's a fun and silly story, because you're into the Silver Age. And I never got too many Challengers stories issues. So it's 10 cents. 10 cents. That was even before it was 12 cents, and that's the farthest back I can remember. So then we go to, there's a photo cover. This is from AC Comics. It's a 25th anniversary special. This is 25 years on target, featuring the Blue Bulleteer. And this is from 1996. There's 2 new Blue Bulleteer tales. Fox Classic with Matt Baker art, and photos by Mary Capps from the Blue Bulleteer video. So I guess they were doing some fairly cheaply made, understandably so, videos of the characters and using a lot of that stuff for, like in this case, a photo cover. And a lovely young lady here. And if you think about it, because this is from '96, so that is 28 years ago. So this lovely young lady would be in her probably late 50s now. but it does have a lot of nice photographs and some artwork with new stories. Bill Black, and has some classic stories. Here's a Phantom Lady story. It has, I think, it's art by Matt Baker, and it has another new story, and then it's just packed with where's the rest of it? Oh, okay, photos, and also give you flip information, I think, on how to get the video. But it's cool with all these photos of actresses, models in character. So this black and white, it's hard to, on some of this printing, it's hard to see detail, but some of them are pretty decent here. And then we got the color on the background, on the back cover. It's cool. And then, well, this is following suit, is photo cover on Femforce, number 95. It says Countdown to 100, and it is and guest starring Eva Davenport and Fangirl. And you can see that right here, the drawing right here. But here's a model as Night Vale, I think is what she's called. Night Vale. And getting some Bill Black writing with C. Bradford Gorby doing pencils on this story. Femforce story. And were there some other? And then here's the Emma Davenport backup at I think at a comic convention. And then you go, what's Emma Davenport? I can't remember that much. It was just this little young lady, but here she is. Oh, from Lowman Hills Press, Emma Davenport, number 8 by Gina and Richie Prosch. And I've got a few. I remember that Emma Davenport, and I had a few issues. I liked it. It's a very unusual, almost underground style, not a regular style. And I had something else, and I think I either, before he did have Emma Davenport, I had some correspondence with Richie Prosch, if I'm thinking of the right person. But that was a long time ago. But I'm not positive on that matter. And it's just a little kitty thing. But this also has, because this is also 96, and it has Femforce in it. so a little tie-in crossover stuff. Okay, then we go to, this was from 1984, All-Star Squadron number 36. And this has, the All-Star Squadron cast kept changing. It says a lot of the Justice Society, a lot more of the Justice Society characters in it. Earth 2's greatest heroes versus the power of Shazam. So somehow Captain Marvel, Shazam, has crossed over into Earth 2 and is co-opted, probably mind controlled by some way, maybe by means of the Spear of Destiny, and controlled him and set him against the Royal Air Force and in England, and all stars, especially Superman, are coming to take him down. And some nice artwork. Rich Buckler doing the pencils inside and on the cover. And then Jerry Ordway inked the cover. And does a real nice job on his inks. And all through it, the Rich Buckler pencils are real nice. With Richard Howell as the inker. And who did the colors? Carl Gafford did a commendable job on the colors, because it's part of it showing a newsreel film that they're watching, and it's all in black and white. He did a real good job on that and in the other stuff. So that's number 36 from 1984. Then we go up. This is from, I think it was 1990. Yeah, 1990. Batman and Detective Comics. This is, was it John Bogdanove? Norm Breyfogle. That's who it is. Alan Grant and Norm Breyfogle. Street Demons. Is a different stylization, but this is a period where I was reading a little more Batman. This is a one and done story, I believe, and I liked that there's just one or two issues to tell a story instead of these forever stories, where they take a jillion things, so that you can pick one up and enjoy it. Then we go here from 1994, 0 Hour. It was a crossover, and weird things was going on. This is Shadow of the Bat, number 31 from 1994. Brian Fries doing a very retro cover. So in this issue, the dynamic duo takes on the battling butler. And this has, because of some of the weird events going on, they have the original version of Alfred Pennyworth, not the one that we know and love. The original plump fellow who was wanted to become a detective in his own right, and he was a bumbling comic relief character. Before we got the Alfred Pennyworth, we know, and actually I don't think his name was Pennyworth at the time. I've forgotten what that version's of Alfred's name was. Okay, here we go. This, I've talked about Don Simpson, showed some of his stuff before. And this is Don Simpson's Bizarro Heroes number 5 from Fiasco Comics. This was from, I forgot what year this was. 1994. And I love Don Simpson's art and his sense of humor, because everything is parody. Ms. Megaton Man versus the Big Two. Rose and Shark. Ooh, the Slick. Oh, it's good and fun and funny. Then we go to Kitchen Sink Comics, who is best known for their underground stuff. This is from 1989. Will Eisner doing the cover of The Spirit number 66, reprinting, I think it was 3. Is it Look Out, the Octopus is Back, with featuring 3 stories from 1951 from the Spirit newspaper comic book section, and it's always grand to see Will Eisner and the classic Spirit stuff, because he's a master visual storyteller. And here we go to a graphic novel. This is from, I just looked at it, 1996, I think is what it was. Might have been 97. An Elseworlds one. Superman, Cal, by Dave Gibbons, with art by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. It's really nicely done. But this has this story. Of course, Elseworlds that's one of his unusual things, and it's what if Superman, baby Kal-El, came to Earth during the medieval period, and lands is of course adopted by poor serfs and farmers, and grows up blacksmithing and farmer, and various other things, and and it's really, really nicely done. Nice job on the coloring. Who did that coloring? Color art by Digital Chameleon. That's some nice stuff until he has to take down the evil Baron Luthor. Then here's still Superman, and at first I was thinking this was Elseworlds, but it's not. Superman, Blood of My Ancestors, and it takes place on Krypton and is plotted and drawn by Gil Kane, with plot by Gil Kane and Stephen Grant, and the dialogue is by Stephen Grant. It takes place in many thousands of years ago on Krypton, with one of Kal-El's ancestors, and it looks but it's not all Gil Kane, because part of it is drawn by John Buscema, which took me by surprise, and so this character bears a strong resemblance to Conan the Barbarian, as well as the visual storytelling. That's good too. It's been ages since I've read any of these, but they're good. And then we're going to finish it up with Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely's 2000 JLA Earth 2, of course, after the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and this is when the multiverse was coming back, and what used to be Earth 3 is now Earth 2, in which, because you see that here's Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, the Trinity, but you see it this way, and it's the bad guys that used to be from Earth 3, Ultraman, Power Woman, and Owlman, I think was his name. And so yeah, this involves crossing over, and again, nicely done. Frank Quitely has a very unusual style. But not unpleasing. It's unusual, and it works. And it's the Justice League versus the what were they called? The Crime Syndicate. I'm not sure if they call themselves that here, but that's who they are. They're basically evil doppelgangers from another universe. So that is all I've got to share with you this time around. So a lot of old-timey and not quite so old-timey fun superhero material. And so I hope you enjoyed that. And please like, share, and subscribe. If share this with your friends who just like random old superhero stuff. And do leave your comments down below. I always appreciate all the comments I get. And so let me know what you think of these classic books. And remember, everyone, comics are art.